This is on as well, right? Like everybody can hear me? Yeah. Perfect. Yeah, thanks for coming. And yeah, it's a small room, but for the recording, we'll take a mic. Yeah, and thanks for coming before the lunch break. My name is Felix Heins. I'm with the Things Industries for 5 years now. And last year, we've announced the product release of the Things Indoor Gateway Pro. So 1 year in, I would love to share a bit what we've learned so far and also how we maybe broke the rule a little bit on our credo of specializing and collaborating. And we're part of the Cyber Resilience Act track. Today we have multiple talks about that. As you probably know, it was published last year. Next year, a reporting obligation will start, and it will be in full effect on 2027. So now there is a lot of, I don't know, rumors, anxiety going on in the space. Is my part actually subject to the Cyber Resilience Act, or is it? Are we ditching the bullet? What does it mean for us? What are the liabilities for operations? And that's what I want to touch on a little bit, because for us, we are a LoRaWAN network server vendor. We provide the ThinkStack as a managed solution. So as IoT devices, which you could say like the end device, the gateways would be way more within scope of that. But of course, these are our partners. These are our customers who are operating that. They operate it themselves. And so CRA is definitely a topic for us. And we have dug into it with the gateway we've launched last year. What we see is LoRaWAN is a utility, right? It's always about the actual use case you want to realize. So even if you're a solution provider or if you're the end customer and you have to operate the entire stack or the deployment yourself, you always have to learn also that skill. How do I operate the ThinkStack? How do I install gateways? I see some people here like Mark from the community who have been early on climbing rooftops, installing gateways, having to do that for years, operating them over years, making sure that's uptime, they're up and running. And we see that, of course, also in the enterprise world. Like with every new skill you learn, you have to always do it with a lot of confidence and see how you're learning it, how to make it work to deliver value to your end customer. So sometimes, yeah, that's definitely Michael Scott, who's very confident about what he's doing. It reminds me sometimes of how enterprises start with it. It's like, yep, this is how it looks if data sims run out of data on a Saturday and the deployment is down. Sometimes it gets a bit clumsy about, why didn't we change the default password yet? Like, that should be done, so cybersecurity not practiced a lot. Here it might look a little bit clumsy on our gateway vendor actually declared end of life for this product line. There won't be any updates, but we invested in this really expensive hardware. So on the way, you don't want to focus on that. You really want to focus on your core business case that you are delivering. And now with CRA, it is not only good practice, so you wouldn't only risk your reputation, but you're also risking legal liability if you are not implementing these good practices, which would be in this case, updates have to be provided for the entire life cycle. There has to be accountabilities for vulnerabilities. If there are incidents, if there are security issues, you have to publish it. Plus, you will be fined if it comes out that you basically did not comply with these parts. That is a bit of it's a lot of, let's say, a topic where we were consulted as well. Like, hey, how much do you actually cover as the Things Industries providing the managed network server? And that's also a bit like where we said, okay, actually, we really want to stay in our lane. We want to specialize and collaborate. We want to focus on the ThinkStack, which is our core service. We are not a hardware vendor. That's not what we do. We are really good at running the software side. We have, most of you met also our engineering team, so we're really good at having high available services, having product releases every 3 weeks. So always on the cutting edge of what LoRaWAN has to offer. But what we also realized is that with CRA, the operations part will become more a topic also on the gateways. And that led us to breaking the rule a little bit and saying, okay, we will offer a gateway despite not being a hardware vendor. And the core value proposition here is that we offer it as a managed gateway. So yes, there is a low one-time hardware cost, but here we're saying we will expand the think stack, we will expand the software operational proposition we have to the edge, to the gateway. We work with the manufacturer who is multiple generations into the hardware platform, but the firmware is ours. We completely manage it from the think stack. There is a SIM card included. The fixed fee includes the cellular backhaul, introduce Ethernet, introduce Wi-Fi as redundancy on top of that. But regardless of what is happening, we always have access via the cellular to push updates, to reboot gateways, etc. How does that touch on CRA? This might be also a list you could go through if you are operating gateways yourself. So for us, these are very much the features mapping to CRA requirements. Zero-touch provisioning, you will scan the QR code and the gateway is connected, it connects automatically. It can be even provisioned before it arrives on your customer side. Therefore, they literally connect it to power and you are good to go. We have the device management is from the think stack, no need for another solution. It's fully cloud managed. You can run it even with the think stack on premise while we provide the service for managing it. The data backhaul is included, so no more SIM cards running out of it. We also don't meter that, so there is no limit on this. And it's integrated with the think stack, so our engineering team continues to support it and we absorb that part. I understand that this might be considered as breaking the rules of like we should stick to the LNS part and not step out of our lane into the gateway space, but we don't see that the majority of the space still does their own gateways. There are highly specialized gateways for outdoor usages which have to be energy independent. There are gateways for chemical industries, for hazardous environments, for operations in deserts. There's so much complexity in the gateway space that we see that the majority of our customers and partners are still operating and will operate their own gateways. But if you say, I want to actually start and go into a vertical, start my own proposition, I want to focus on what I know from my niche, from my business cases. I'm the expert on, for example, ESG reporting in commercial office buildings. I'm in retail. We have franchisors in the US who love this gateway because they just ship it to their customers who are franchisees. They are not inherently technical people. And for them, it's as easy as connecting it to power. And then you can monitor your cold chain and you will be up and running. So it really centralizes that. That's the niche. We see the Things Indoor Gateway Pro excelling. So we don't take anything away. The Network Operations Center stays available for all the LoRaWAN gateway protocols which are maintained and provided by the LoRa Alliance and the community. So continue to contribute to that. But yeah, given the pressure of CRA that has amplified a need we've seen in the market, that led us to saying, okay, we're going to expand this operational capacity, the service and managed service offering also onto the gateway level. And yeah, therefore, this is something we look forward to see grow and get feedback from you guys. What do you need to go there? As CRA is coming in, no pressure. Take these services into your own offering. But if you want to focus, if you want to let go of that part of the operation, the Things Indoor Gateway Pro is available with us. Yeah. If you're new in that space, you've heard it probably multiple times these days already. The Things Network is still our developer community, hundreds of thousands of users over the years who have learned the ropes of LoRaWAN. You can start with the Things Stack sandbox for educational purposes, for development, for really that research, understanding it. If you have a commercial ambition, we encourage you to start on the discovery version of the Things Stack. It is free. So you get to validate your business cases. You get to buy up to 10 Things Indoor Gateway Pros, of course, and test with existing devices what your solution can add in value to your customers. And it will be the same deployment that you can then scale to millions of devices with the ThinkStack Cloud. So there is no technical migration or anything involved. You can just continue adding to your setup integrations and then scale to hundreds of thousands, millions of devices. And we hope to see more of our partners and you all on stage telling the success stories of how you brought LoRaWAN into the broad ecosystem. Yes. So that was my input for today. If you want, our team, our engineers, the people who've worked on the Things Indoor Gateway Pro and who will also work on making the next iterations are at our booth. So just come out, have a chat, email us. You will find us, and we're looking forward for your input. And I hope you enjoy the rest of the show. Yeah.